Hello, Grand Admiral Thrawn here. I am going to, actually, a little while back I posted a video previewing this Let's Play for the, Call of Warhammer Total War, and since there was a lot of positive reaction out there, I decided to go ahead and actually make a video out of it. So, for those of you who did not see the preview video, this is starting on turn 75, so I've spent the past 75 turns here conquering a pretty massive empire. And I'm playing as Reichland, as you can probably tell. I control all the way up here on the coast of Nordland, all the way down around the side here, past Marienburg, through the south along the mountains, Altdorf, I think it's the Dark Forest, actually I called it the Black Forest last time by accident. And then along with Stirland, which I annexed after it fell into heresy, Averland, which I annexed after it fell into heresy, a big chunk of Wissenberg, which I annexed after some orcs invaded, a big chunk of the Border Princes, again taken from said orcs, as well as Karaza Karak. Then here in the east I control much of the Blacklands, which I took from the orcs, though there's still a lot of them left. I control all of the World's Edge Mountains, which I took from the Chaos Dwarves. I control a huge chunk of Kislev, which I took from several invasions. Erntgrad rebelled, and so I conquered it. Kislev I took from some Cornish armies of Chaos armies, and then Prague I annexed after it rebelled. And then finally a big chunk up here I took from the Dark Elves, who are now destroyed. And finally a little city up here right along the borders of the Chaos Wastes that I annexed from some rebels. So I have this plus Sylvania, which I took from the Vampire Counts. So basically, I have some really powerful armies. Unfortunately, Chaos is invading with the whole Storm of Chaos thing. With, I believe I counted up 38 Chaos armies. All along here, all of these guys here are Chaos armies. All these stacks here, the 6 of them, the tons of them, and then finally a bunch over here as well. So basically, I'm in trouble. And so I've already played most of turn 75 already, but I'm going to lay out to you exactly what my strategy is to deal with this. And also in the future, I'm going to betray my non-human, non-imperial allies. Basically just sort of go full-on evil 40k style Imperium and just try and conquer this human-dominated dictatorship of awesome and evil and all that sort of stuff. But basically, for now though, I'm just focusing on chaos. So basically, my plan is this. Back a little while back, the orcs invaded in the south here, and were able to conquer a huge chunk of Averland, which I then was able to retake from them after ages of fighting. There's actually still some orcs left here. There's one stack of orcs here, which hopefully... Oh, by the way, Stirland fell into heresy a second time, so I'm going to deal with them. But there's a big stack of orcs here, and I think another stack somewhere, though it might have been destroyed by some of my allies. So what I did there was, instead of actually going out to face the orcs in the field of battle where I would get slaughtered, I instead basically turtled up in my cities and built full stacks in all of my cities. So then when the orcs tried to attack the cities, I was then able to basically just hold them off and just basically funnel them through these little gaps in the walls and just completely slaughter them. So I decided to try a similar tactic here in the north against the armies of Chaos. They originally spawned here between Erntgrad and Kislev, and so I decided to build up full stacks in Erntgrad and Kislev to try and hold them off. Unfortunately for me, they decided to basically just ignore me and bypass those forces, and instead just march south. So basically now they're all marching south against my armies. Which, by the way, speaking of which, one thing I'm not so sure of is how did they get past, they got over the river somehow, despite the fact that I control this crossing here at Beckfallen. And I guess they may have come around past Kislev, but I'm not sure how they would have managed that. But, well, that's academic right now anyways. So basically they bypassed my first ditch of defenses, and they're now moving in towards my holdings here in Ostland, which I was able to annex from some Beastmen who conquered most of it. So basically, what I've been doing this whole game is, whenever my allies lose territory to rebels or other enemy factions, I'll just go in and annex it and then not give it back, because I'm evil like that. So anyways, though, so basically, my main goal right now is, the Chaos armies have divided into 4 main thrusts. One thrust coming in through here, apparently the Lord of the End Times is here. So you have a cool, he just has champion bodyguards, oh well. So the Lord of the End Times and his massive stack here is right now moving through what remains of Ostland. So they're probably going to just roll over these guys. And then they're going to keep marching to the... they're probably going to keep marching here towards Mindenheim. And so I'm building up a full stack here in Dieterstaffen, which I annexed from some Slaanesh Chaos forces that came from Norska. And so I'm going to try and build up a full stack here to try and hold them off and basically sort of drive them down south towards Mindenheim, which I can then help defend, or more likely just let them take it and then take it back myself. Then meanwhile, this is what I'm worried about here. My Wolfenberg is basically my main recruiting zone for all of my northern forces, so I really need to hold Wolfenberg. So they're going to be attacking with these 6 troops probably. So these 6 full stacks here are my main thing I need to defend against right now. So they're going to be going towards here, towards my Ostland holdings. These guys here are going to be marching south, probably towards, I'm not sure where they're going, but my guess is they're going to go past Nagenhof, down this way towards the southern parts of the Empire, or maybe Talbheim if I'm lucky, or possibly Stirland and Everland if I'm not. Again, speaking of which, I'm thinking of renaming, so this here is now the Sudenreich, which is because I'm Reichland, so it's the Sudenreich, the Norderreich up here, the Österreich, which it's sort of the Germans did call Russia that during World War II, but this is Warhammer, so who cares? And then finally, I'm not sure how to say Western in German, but basically the Western Reich. And then finally, the Grand Reichland is here, and just because I'm Reichland and I've conquered all this stuff, so I might as well, rename it. But anyways, though, so they're going to try and march this way. So my plan for these guys is basically just try and bleed them. I'm not going to defeat them in the field. I don't have the forces for that, but I'm going to try and bleed them. So here I've got a full stack on this bridge to try and hold them off if they try and cross. I've got some really awesome artillery, a lot of halberdiers, and some archers as well. So basically my plan here is to just basically turtle on the bridge and try and basically kill as many of them as possible. Perhaps even win a battle or two, but probably not. And then I'm going to try and actually hold them off here. I have my Reichsmarschall Jens. Kurt died. But yeah, so Jens is going to try and hold them off at this bridge here with some backup. So if I'm lucky, I can stop this force right here, or at least slow them down. And meanwhile, I'm rushing forces to the north as well. So they're going to try and hold them off there. Here, I really want to just finish off these orcs and finish annexing them, but these Chaos forces will be a bit of a problem for that. I think that they're heading towards Karaza Karak, and I have very few forces down here to stop them. So I'm going to try and reinforce Karaza Karak with forces that I'm building up here, like in my southern cities, and just march them to the east to go reinforce. I'm gonna just sort of try and just snatch these orc cities from behind. The Emperor himself, Emperor Karl, is actually up here. He marched south from Ulzkalak. After I took it from the Chaos Dwarves, he marched south. So he's coming in here to try and take the Orc camp, or the Orc camp. And then finally, the Orc settlement, I'm going to try and take with these armies here. But basically, it all depends on what Chaos does. If they bypass me and try and ignore me, then I'm in good shape. If they do not, then I am completely screwed. But anyways, though, so I still control, I do control, the Warboss camp and Nashrak's lair. So the good news is I'm actually, one thing that I've been doing is I've been making an effort to build over enemy settlements with Imperial cities. So this is actually about to be built over into full Imperial cities, which would be nice. Hopefully Chaos will not instill it back from me. But anyways though, so that is my current plan of defense. And finally I'm going to try and finish annexing the rest of Stirland just so they can't keep rebelling, because this is the second time they've fallen into heresy, which is come on guys. Why do we keep putting up with you? So to that end, I'm going to, first off, conquer Horno, which is, I believe, in the Moot, which is where the halflings live in the Warhammer world. So I'm going to conquer them with my army here, and then, Hernan, I think they just call this guy Cortez. I mean, everything in Warhammer is based off of real-world stuff, and I think that sometimes they get kind of more lazy with it than they normally do. For example, they actually have a guy named Cortez. I think his name is Cortez, and then Nippon is Japan, Grand Cathay is China, but whatever. It works, it's cool, so what. And then finally I'm going to try and break down the walls of Tempelhof with this army here and their artillery, and just take the city. Now, what I have to be careful of is I don't want to kill Count Leopold, because when the leader dies, when like Count Leopold dies, then the whole faction turns back to being good guys, and I can't annex Tempelhof, which I really, really want to, because that way I can connect it to my holdings here, and can just basically have this be one territory instead of Sylvania off here in the corner, and then the rest of my holdings over here. So I really want to annex that. So that's my plan for next turn. And yeah, so I basically finished playing this turn already, so I'm going to try and hit end turn. And then finally, I'm probably going to move this stack here from Erntbrad south to try and hold off the Armies of Chaos. But that depends. Basically, my plan is just to kill as many Chaos troops as possible and basically hope that I can hold them off long enough. Anyways, so, end turn. Boom. Diplomats, I don't care about him. And actually, I have to make it change it so that the game options do not follow AA movements and always allow buildings and construction. I think I managed to reset my preferences or something, but yeah, it's kind of annoying. And I actually do not want to negotiate with them right now. I was going to break off the alliance and declare war, but now that Chaos is attacking, I don't really want to do that. And sheesh, what's wrong with this? No, do not follow AI movements. Wow. Is it that hard? Really? Okay, there we go. So now my forces actually move quickly. So the armies of Chaos unfortunately do not like me. They're going to besiege Wolfenberg. Fortunately, I have a full stack there, so I should be able to hold them off okay. They're also going to besiege the Orc camp, which is not really a good thing for me, just because the Emperor's there. But yeah, so they have 3 stacks here at Wolfenberg, and my armies there, I believe, can hold them off. Now, unfortunately, there's a bit of a bug here where basically Chaos armies are allowed to move. Or actually, wait, let's see here. So yeah, they're going to assault. Now, there's a very, very good chance that this game will crash right now. If it does that, well, first let's see if it crashes. If not, I can bring it up to speed. So, fight battle on the map. These guys, the reinforcements will be AI. Fingers crossed. I do the face bang thing from the Holy Grail. Iesu Domine, Dona Eis Requiem. Trust me, it actually works really well for technology to try and get it to cooperate and not crash. Okay, so unfortunately the game did crash. So yeah, not too happy about that. And I will compound my unhappiness, or at least not compound, but I will relieve my unhappiness by friggin' game options. I gotta go change my defaults soon. There. No. So basically, yeah, the game crashed during the attack on Wolfenberg, which is really annoying. And I will release my anger by auto-winning it and then disbanding my units, because that would be fair. Because when you auto-win here, then it won't actually disband your, it won't actually damage your army. It just says you lose 0 troops, they lose like 20,000 or whatever. So I'm gonna auto-win and then like disband like 3/4 of my army there. But yeah, just because the game crashes when I do this. It's really annoying. So, there we go. Yeah. This is not exactly the best message to be sending that I use cheats in my games. Yeah, heroic victory, all that stuff. But when it crashes, I will do that. When the game breaks on me, I will use cheats to make it not be broken. Yes, to unbreak it. Anyways, though. So, the dwarves doing their stuff, rebels, heretics, all that funness. Okay, so I won the battle here, which I will then have to disband all my troops, sit in the game, Empire. But first off, before I do that, I'm going to do all my building and construction, so I'm going to not show you all that because it takes a while and it's kind of boring. I'll just cut off and then pick back up. But if you do want to see the construction and building, then just leave a comment below and I will start showing it. Alright, so see you in a sec. Okay, so the construction is now done, and yeah, that's all dealt with. And since I auto-resolved won that battle, I'm going to just have to disband most of these guys here, just because, you know, good sport and stuff. So, you guys are all dead, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead. I don't want to, but this, You're dead. Yeah, you're dead. I'm like the Oprah of dead people. They just make everyone be dead. Like, yeah, give death to them all. Dead, 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 dead. Definitely, most of these sellswords would be dead after the battle because they would get slaughtered. And I think I'm sort of trying to do here is sort of go all OCD on the campaign, where like I make sure that every single army, like every single garrison is like has a full garrison of Imperial troops and no mercenaries there, just because mercenaries are for wusses. Yeah. And so, anyways, yeah, dead, and then fine, I'll kill some more of these guys. And you're dead. I really don't want to kill these great swords and dismounted Reichsguards because they took so much work to get, and they wouldn't all be dead. Yeah, I'll leave them alive. What the hell? So yeah, so basically, just because the game crashed and I had to auto-win that, I'm going to have to reduce my forces here. Don't worry, this is not a habit of mine. It's just that whenever the game friggin' crashes, I'll do that. So basically, yeah, so Wolfenberg, I'm going to have to reinforce here against these remaining Chaos stacks. Unfortunately, these guys just bypassed me, and now they're really deep in my territory. How did they get there? Sheesh. These guys can move, like, really, really fast. Like, I friggin' have my army here defending the river crossing, and they can't cross here at Beckfallen. Did they cross here? It's really weird. It's kind of annoying as well. But, I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll take some enemy cities and I'll get to, you know, party and stuff and take them back. But, yeah, for now, so let's start off with my fun part where I get to, like, conquer cities and stuff. So, we get to assault here. Assault. And I'm going to just auto-resolve this. Yep, clear victory, hooray. And I'm just going to occupy the settlement because, I mean, it's an Imperial city, you don't want to take too much. Save game. And then finally, this here is the big chalupa, that one that I really want to take. Just because, yeah, it'll connect my territories and, you know, give me territorial integrity and stuff. So, first off, you guys besiege the city, maintain the siege. You guys go here and besiege the city, maintain the siege. You guys, with the exception of you, go to the city and maintain the siege. Spring the capital, besiege. I have room for 5 more dudes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I really just want to take this right now and finish them off. And, this is not a good strength ratio. I may have to send more troops. Because they have a lot of... How did Leopold get there, the mercenary guy? Oh, Okay, well, let's see how this turns out. Actually, wait, no. No, load game, Empire. I had another army in the south there that I wanted to send as well. Yeah. I guess I could have just withdrawn from the battle and then just re-besieged, but let's see here. Yeah, this will take a little while. Because my goal here is I need to take the city without killing their duke. It's until the city has to be mine before their duke dies. Because otherwise, then they get to keep it. Which is really not what I want. So, okay. You get to go... So, you guys go here and besiege. Maintain the siege. You guys go here and besiege. Maintain. You go here and besiege. Maintain the siege. You guys then, minus you, also get to besiege. Maintain the siege. Room for 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There for you guys. General Reynald. And then room for 5 more here as well, so everybody but you. So I'm just going all out for this one, just to try and take it. So, okay, there we go. Much better. And we now attack, assault, 6 to 5 strength ratio. You know what, I don't really want to fight this one on the map because the siege battles and medieval I'm not a huge fan of. But let's just see. Yeah, let's fight this one on the map. Okay, so fighting the battle on the battle map. This should be interesting. This is another battle against Imperial forces. Unfortunately, I have a good enough artillery corps that I can probably defeat them. But let's see. All of you guys get controlled by the AI because I want you to be able to participate and, like, you know, help me out in this. So, okay, the last stand of Stirland, the heretics of the south. Soon all of them will be controlled by Reichland. And, what should I call Stirland? Because, I mean, like, Averland is the Sudenreich, but Stirland, I mean, it's a big... Okay, now, don't get me wrong, I love this mod, I really, really do, but I've had 2 fucking crashes now at this battle. Now, I know I'm going to win it, so I'm going to do the exact same thing I did beforehand with the disband a bunch of my armies and auto-win. So, auto-win, attacker, enter. Sorry about all the auto-wins, but friggin' game keeps crashing. Alright. Auto-resolve, clear victory, yada yada yada, continue. And I annex it. Tempelhof. Occupy the settlement. And hooray! Tempelhof has been taken! Yeah! The Empire! The Reich is victorious! Yeah! So yeah, basically now I finally have conquered all of this. I got a passage leading into here. Should probably start building roads here now because friggin' Tempelhof doesn't have any roads because it is run by idiots. But no longer, because I'm actually a really good administrator, so I can now administer them into having actual roads in their cities now. So, okay. That has been victorious. By the way, I'm going to send a merchant here to trade the, Jeez, how do I get onto there? So yeah, so their troops are blocking access to the warpstone there, unfortunately. But as soon as they move, I can start trading that. They have a merchant there as well, but I can get there first, hopefully. Warpstone is really, really valuable, and merchant trade as well is really, really valuable. Yeah. How do I guess the orcs still have a merchant there because they haven't really like been destroyed yet? Save game, Empire. Good. So that has been dealt with. I'm going to disband one of these armies, probably this one, just you know, for the sake of fairness and whatnot. Or how about this guy? So, disband, 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 disband. Again, just, you know, because I kind of sort of had to auto-resolve the friggin' battle because it kept crashing, which is so annoying. As you may have noticed, I am a little bit on edge with all the crashes, especially because this is the first Let's Play I've ever made, and it's like the game decides to basically destroy itself as soon as I start to record myself playing it, which is kind of annoying. But yeah. So basically, yeah, factions destroyed the ground county of Stirland. It no longer exists. They do, however, still have Count Leopold out there with some troops, so I should probably go and finish them off. Shouldn't be too bad. Unfortunately, my guys are almost out of movement points, but I believe this army here still has some left, or do they? Or not. Okay, well I guess I'll have to wait then. My armies are basically can't move any further. Yeah. So, okay. Right now, things are not looking too good for moi. Let's see here. So I had a heroic victory here against some orcs, in which Valaten, champion of Sigmar, basically kicked some orc ass. But I'm gonna probably resend they actually Chaos ignored my army on the bridge there and instead moved this direction, like off to the towards my other territories. But I'm going to try and hold this bridge here again against them. Yeah, basically this army exists purely to get killed, but at the same time kill lots of Chaos forces as well. Meanwhile, this guy here is actually on his own. He's a Nurgle army. Let's see if I can kill him. I may be able to wipe out a Chaos army just right now. Let's see here. So, how am I going to do this? So, I'm going to send this army here, up to here. And, yeah, watch it just crash when I try and fight this battle. But, well, let's see here. Then, you guys... I don't want to bring the archers because archers are not very good against chaos unless they're all bunched up. But yeah, you guys go here. Yeah, this is a really elite army of Nurgle forces here, but I think that I can take them on. Let's see. Cavalry, definitely bring the cavalry in my main army. And probably these generals as well. Because I'm really good at micromanaging cavalry, so let's make sure that I have a full stack of generals and whatnot. And this army looks good. And then probably another army up here, and another one here. This should be sufficient to take them out. Save game, Empire. So, yeah, we got number 4 to win, and it's still technically an even fight, which is not a terribly good sign. And this is his like ultimate elite Nurgle army here. So, what do we do with ultimate elite chaos armies? We kill them because we are that awesome. So, I'm making sure all these guys join me in the battle. And, yep, fight on the map. So, Zirax Marshal Gens versus the Army of Chaos. So, basically the first upfront field battle I have with these guys. And I'm probably going to suffer horrendous casualties, but we'll see how things go. Really, my one worry here is their cannons, like the Hell Cannons of Chaos, which can be really, really damaging and dangerous for me. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and find a hill. Alright, start deployment. This is not good. I don't like fighting in forest. It's hard to micromanage your stuff. Fortunately, I do have a hill... Oh, well, this is nice. Or wait, no, that's not in my deployment zone. Never mind. Oh well. So I do have a hill here, so... Ugh, friggin' hate forests. So... I'm going to... I don't like this battle. Okay, I'm going to deploy my main line of forces, including halberdiers and whatnot, along this line up here. Make them group 3. Graphics options, yeah, highest, okay, good. Return to game. Cannons, you guys get deployed up there. And we don't want to shoot our own dudes, so you guys get a little bit higher up. Actually, here, let's... I'm not liking these hills. Or I'm not liking this battle. Let's deploy over here. It's a nice little clearing and all. Then these guys here can take the flanks. Group 2. Yeah, put these guys on the flanks. Group 4. 2 can be part of Group 4 as well. My generals become Group 1. These guys here are the Cursed Company, like the Undead, who are on my side. They're good guys. They're going to be in reserve. And then Pistoliers in Group 2, which I'm going to deploy over here. To battle! So, this is problematic. Shoot the Nurgle Chosen first off. Alright, so good. I have 2 reinforcing armies currently in the field that are both now in aggressive stance, who should be able to help me out and reinforce and all that. So let's see. My cannons are going to open fire on their Nurgle Chosen. And that's not working. Hit the friggin' tree. Oh well. I should be fine. Shoot them! Shoot them! Okay, good. And that's not good. Okay, Group 2, you guys go around the flanks here. See if we can't neutralize those Hell Cannons. And come on, artillery, don't let me down. So, okay. They have their army here of elite Chaos Demons and stuff marching through the forest to try and attack me. Fortunately, they have a lot of Chosen Knights here on the flank that could potentially intercept me. So I'm going to try and skirt around them, see if I can't evade and get around back to the Hell Cannons. Because the Hell Cannons are really the big threat here, I would say. Like, if the Hell Cannons manage to start wiping out my infantry line, then I'm in really bad shape. Alright, so I've gotten in, like, one good hit on them. Okay, where are the hell cannons now? Hell cannons. Where are you, hell cannons? Oh, here you are. Okay, charge! Or as the French say, charge, charge. So this could be dangerous. They're turning toward. No, they're good. I got them. Yeah, these Chaos Dwarves here are really, really annoying. They have really good artillery and really good, like, shotguns. So, yeah. Plus, they're really hard to just wipe out with a charge. So, okay, this is good. This is going well. So, yeah, doing a lot of damage to these cannons here. Their main force is approaching, unfortunately. Their trolls are charging. These are Chaos Trolls, and Chaos Trolls are really annoying and dangerous and stuff. But, yeah, hello. Have I done any damage to these Nurgle Chosen? I've not seen any corpses. Oh no, I did some. Okay, so the Hell Cannons are basically wiped out now. And I'm gonna run now. Yeah, time to escape before these Chosen Knights get there. And so they ran back? Okay, good. So I've got these guys trapped here. And I've got my reinforcements coming in as well. We should be here soon. Hopefully. I'm gonna order them to start running. It's sort of a nice thing. You can give really basic commands to your reinforcing armies. You can't unfortunately command them, which is sad, but oh well. What can you do? So I'm gonna have to move forward here so my artillery doesn't get attacked and destroyed. And yeah, cannons, GTFO. Yeah, try and pull them back. But this could be the end of the cannons. But, oh well. I mean, I gotta say, cannons in this game, they aren't actually all that good. No, run away! Flee for your lives! Fortunately, my cavalry is intact. So, I'm going to try and swing around with my generals here. I gotta say, these Rexguard generals bodyguards are really, really useful in this game. So, they are engaging my main line here. One thing that's kind of a nice tip here is if you hit the flash zone ally enemy units and all, it'll flash your units green, their units red, so it's really easy if it's like you're in a forest, you can check in on who's where, who's who. Okay, so those Chosen Knights there are going to just start wiping out my allies, but oh well. In battle, sometimes you gotta let your allies take some casualties when you're fighting. So you guys keep harassing them. Actually, no, you guys swing around and try and do some damage. One. Looks like there's a bodyguard unit here that I could take out. That could be really nice. So the cannons... Oh, the cannons survived. I'm impressed. You guys run away. Flee. Curse Company, get up there towards those guys before they wipe out my flank. Where are you guys? Why'd you attack them? Oh well. So I'm going to try and take out their general. Here, he's here with his Chaos Warrior Bodyguard. Group 2. Yeah, another thing is with ranged units, it's hard to order them to attack stuff. And also your cavalry will sometimes like stay stuck on units. So it's like they'll like charge the wrong unit and stuff. It's really annoying, really hard to like deal with. But okay. So there, I'm shooting at their bodyguards here. Unfortunately, they brought their trolls back to shoot at me. Yeah, so let's see here. I'm gonna get in a good rear charge here. Charge! Boom. Okay. Unit evaporated. And yeah, run away from those trolls. Those don't look nice. So, alright, let's see here. If I can wipe out their general, then I'll be in some really good shape here. So let's see here. Yeah, all Group 1 is doing that stuff. There. You guys, you can outrun the trolls. Go up here and get in a rear charge on these guys. Unfortunately, my reinforcements are here now, so assuming my main line can hold, then I should be in good shape. Unfortunately, their troops are really, really good, and my troops are not. I mean, the one problem when you're playing as the Imperium here in this game is that your troops will be outclassed in every single battle. I mean, you have a lot of them, you have a really good economy and stuff, but your troops kind of suck. I mean, not as bad as, like, goblins and stuff, but they still kind of suck. But, yeah. Come on. Come on, you got this, guys. And you don't got this. Group 1, run away. Get another charge later. Live to charge another day. So, okay, you guys got in a good charge, but that's that now. Okay, and run up here to hit them. And this flank here has been relieved, so I'm going to start trying to roll it up, because my eyes were able to save me there. You guys get into the fight. Charge. You guys, charge. Group 1. Chosen warriors and stuff. Oh yeah, sweet. Perfect. Rear charge for the win. But where's the general? The general is somewhere around here. Yeah, he's there. Okay, you guys try and hit the general. He has 3 guys left in his bodyguard, so... yeah. See here, the mercenaries! Oh, mercenaries were screwed, we're dead, and never mind, you're fine. Because the Reichsguard Knights have come to save your asses. Yeah, these guys are just yeah. I really love the cavalry charge in this game, because, like, the cavalry charges, they're hard to pull off, because you gotta pull back really, really far, or else they don't actually charge. But when you pull them off right, the units just evaporate beneath them. It's just so awesome. So satisfying to just watch, like, boom, they all disappear. So, their general is still alive, but I should be able to kill him. Yeah, he's just getting, like, killed by everyone there, just bam. Yes, he's dead. Alright, their general is now defeated. He lies dead beneath my feet. Tremble before the power of the Reich. Yeah. Lebensraum. Yeah. So yeah, this battle here is mine now. Like, they still have some trolls and whatnot, but really, yeah, I've won the battle. And speaking of which, where are those trolls? Yeah, their general has fallen. Hermann Stur. Yeah, if he's like a Kurgan, which are like these tribesmen up in the north that are like the main forces of chaos, how the hell is his name Hermann Stur? You think that they would be named like Varak Karak Nabalach or something? I don't know, or maybe like some sort of like Norse name or whatever. But like, I don't know. Maybe he was like an imperial traitor who, like, I don't know, betrayed the empire. I guess sort of. No, not an oxymoron, a tautology, I guess. But like, maybe he was like he betrayed the empire and fled north or something. But well, the betrayal has been repaid now, and we get to kill him now. No, we just did kill him, but yeah. So these Chaos Trolls are going to take a while to kill, because they always do. And look at that, I just took tons of casualties here. But I mean, really, I did okay over here, and in the end, I mean, it's all for the Empire. And plus, I have the money to rebuild the army, and so I can basically, I can afford to take casualties here. And besides, this is to be expected and all. When you fight Chaos, you're going to get a bloody nose. Especially if you're the Empire and your armies kind of aren't that good. But, yeah, it doesn't take too much, though, to beat them. So, I'm going to send some reinforcements off to here to help out in that fight. Group 1... What are those guys? Are those guys retreating, or what? Yeah, I really don't like forced battles because it's hard to see who's who and who's where and all that. Yeah, Cursed Company, chase them. There's another unit somewhere around here. Yeah, the enemy's not afraid of me. Haha! Then the Reichsmarschall shall rally the troops. Yeah. Where are you? There's bad guys somewhere here. Ah, yes, you! Hooray! There you are! Chaos Warriors! I can deal with you. And then I think, yeah, let's turn off the shooting now, because it's hard to hit stuff and all. And yeah, so the only units left are there's the Chaos Trolls, which let's not engage with the cavalry, just because I don't want to lose any casualties on these guys, because they're basically, as you saw, they're really, really decisive for me when I fight battles, and I want to keep them alive if possible. Chaos Trolls, killing them. And yeah, there's just that one dude left, which I can deal with him. And even better, I have more reinforcements coming to try and kill him. Yeah, this is one of my other armies that's on the way with lots and lots of dudes. So unless that guy is like Braveheart, or I guess, well, Willie Wallace, then he is basically completely dead. Let's see where he is. Oh, and I killed the trolls as well. Hello. Ah, don't look behind you, it's cool. Booyah! That was awesome. Yep. See, that's why Imperial Cavalry is so friggin' sweet. And are the trolls dead? They're dead. Hooray! The battle is mine! Victory! Clear, clear victory. Lots of casualties, of course, but I mean, that's to be expected when you're fighting against an army of elite Chaos troops. So, yep, hooray for moi. Continue. Alright. You like that victory music and all. It's like sort of a nice little, like sort of bugle thing. Yes, you will drink in his right hand, but you will also be dead at the time. Okay, so, I am victorious! Save game, of course. I always save my game because it keeps friggin' crashing. Albert the Righteous of Stirland has died. Well, it's because Stirland no longer exists because they were assholes and fell into heresy. And he gets a Seal of Destruction, which is 7 of the seals were crafted, and he now has 1 because they have spells from the mind of a wizard. Oh, they can drain spells from the mind of a wizard. That's useful and all. Fortunately, it just adds to security and morale, but I mean, security is nice because like public security is basically the size of your army, or like the size of your bodyguard, so that's really useful. And I forgot to bring the archers to the fight, but oh well. They probably would have done more harm than good because they would have shot my own troops. But alright, so let's see here. Let's start reforming you guys into combat-size units. These guys took lots of casualties. These guys took lots of casualties. These guys can get retrained somewhere. And alright, sweet. So now these guys can go up north here to try and fight them off. Because to my knowledge, yeah, so this whole side of the Empire is now basically pretty safe. That is assuming that the Chaos armies don't march too much towards me. But okay. Then I have a little tricky thing that I want to try here. It probably won't succeed, but I want to see if I can attack the Orc settlement, because I have a spy in there. And yes, I can, so maintain the siege. Maintain the siege. And maintain the siege. So let's see here. Try and attack. There. Ah! I friggin' hate these auto-resolves. And unfortunately, the Orc settlements in this game, they cause crashes, because this game crashes with everything. So, let's see here. Yeah, I'm not going to auto-win this one, because that would be that would be too cheap to auto-win like every single battle. But let's see if I can't make a, if I can't get more troops to besiege. And I have the bigger army, so it should be able to, but, oh well, let's see here. So, these guys can take 4 more troops. These guys can take 1 more troop. Let's see here. Full strength, elite, full strength, 5 more troops. Nice, 4 more troops. And then 1 more troop there. And then who is the best command rating here? Fernando, the Merciless. Fernando. And let's see here, 1 more time. Clear victory! Hooray! Victoire! Victoire, victoire, I'm forced to admit, I'm far too noble to lie. I think let's say more on this song, but whatever. Doesn't matter. So, alright. I have conquered the Orc settlement, in spite of the fact that the armies of Chaos are at my front doorstep. Which is kind of a problem for me, but oh well. So, now I get to see how I can deal with this situation. Merge, and... So let's first get a full stack inside of here. And merge these guys. So basically now my goal here is I have to... the troops that can actually get out of there need to get out of there, and the troops that can stay, like with a full stack, they have to stay. So, let's see here. These guys both leave because they're low on strength. And let's see here. Actually, I can get some mercenaries into here to try and reform. I want to get this stack here to the maximum possible strength it could be at. In order to do that, let's see here. These guys merge again. Good, good, good. Yeah, I'll cut off here as well, just so you don't have to deal with all the boringness. But yeah, basically I'm gonna try and reinforce this. So back in a sec. Okay, so I had to do a little bit of shuffling there to try and get a full stack in here, but the current situation is I've got a full stack here in the Orc settlement, and then Fernando the Merciless has a sizable stack here, and then I've got some more troops here in reserve. So basically, it's an okay defense, just not a terrifically possible one. But we'll see. We'll see how it works. Got a couple of really good generals here that could help out. And it looks like the good news is that they're sending some troops this way that I can probably defeat them. So let's see here. I have I can recruit troops here, so I'm gonna rebuild my army here with some anti-siege troops. Got a nice reinforcement stack here. Building there. Almost able to upgrade that to build over the ugly dwarf stuff into a glorious grand imperial castle. And yeah, I'm gonna keep building up my army here in the north. And yeah, I've got some stuff here. Gonna besiege this city here and try and take it. Because I'm gonna basically steal the Kislev city, you know, because evil empire conquering people's stuff when it gets taken away from them, all that funness. Blah blah blah. Talking. This is my first Let's Play, so if you think that I should be skipping stuff or like showing more stuff or whatever, just say so and I can do that. Here I'm trying to decide whether I want to attack this stack. I think... Well, first off, let's build some more troops here. Troop. Dwarves are good for countering sieges. I'm building 4 troops here, so in order to maintain a full stack, I'm gonna probably repair that, but why bother right now? So in order to make sure it's a full stack and nobody left outside that'll draw me out, I'm gonna send one of these mercenaries to Smallhof. Recruit. Wall up the breach with our English dead and all that stuff. Or sorry, Imperial dead, but yeah. You get the sentiment though. This place might get attacked. I have a lot of cavalry here, which I'm using as like a sort of a rapid response force for defeating Chaos armies. Save game, Empire. I might be able to kill this army, but yeah, I'll pass. I don't think I'll attack them yet. But definitely time to start building up defenses here, because they are coming this way, and they don't look very happy with me. So, build up the defenses. Build up more defenses. I probably shouldn't have started building these long-term products. I assumed that they would actually start attacking cities along their path, that I would have more time to build up my attack defenses, but it doesn't look like that's the case. So I'm going to have to sort of rush this job here. But, a rushed job is still a job done. I don't think that's how the saying goes, but I'm just going to say that. That's how it goes. Send these guys to Altdorf. These guys start moving towards Altdorf. Because I think that they're moving towards Altdorf here. I mean, like, these guys, they could stop at Taubheim, but I think they're heading for Altdorf. And if they are, that's like the center of my empire. Well, it is the center of my empire, so I should probably start reinforcing it ASAP. I fortunately have a really big stack that I left behind here at Blood Keep that can act as some really good reinforcements. March them towards Kemperbad and start recruiting more troops. This place here, it's probably too far away to start efficiently recruiting troops. But yeah, gonna keep on recruiting. Build up my armies as quickly as possible. Probably, I mean, I've got a big enough budget surplus that this shouldn't bankrupt me too badly, but it could potentially in the long run cause some problems for my economy. But it should be okay, just because by that time, I mean, like, basically I'm losing enough troops that, like, the upkeep cost should not completely bankrupt me. These guys can stay here and then just crush him with awesomeness when the time comes. Hopefully these orcs will attack here and then I can annex this, which would be nice. Because right now what I really want to do is I want to get like a nice big highway connecting like all my empire together. So far my Great Highway extends from Marienburg all the way down through the south here, because basically highways are the best way of traveling, like fastest and all. You can go really, really far, like as you can see. This guy can make it like all the way to here. And so yeah, highway goes down here, along the Styr River, through Averheim, through Blackfire Pass, and it's about to go through Ackendorf and Zorenes and Karazakarak as well. But yeah. Meanwhile, these guys here march towards here. And yeah, let's see here. I'm gonna basically need to build up as much of an army here as I can, because I think that these guys, I think it said that they were going towards Karazakarak, so that's gonna be the main source of the southern campaign, like, or the main focal point of it. And even worse, my recruitment options here are really limited, because basically the orc buildings can't recruit Imperial troops, so I have to build all the infrastructure myself to be able to recruit troops, which is really problematic when you want to actually be able to, you know, fight and stuff. And so, fortunately these stacks here are less advanced than the other ones, but basically it means that if I lose an army here, it's gone for good. I can't get more troops here. So yeah. And then these guys will stick around. These guys will keep marching south to chase after them, which they probably aren't going to make it in there in time, but it's worth a shot. Let's keep recruiting up here in Prague, though I can't. And definitely, yeah, still recruiting here. And yeah, I just need to make sure that I keep recruiting as fast as possible, because otherwise it's kind of like, you know, problematic, because then I have no troops to reinforce with, and I die in these battles and stuff. But anyways, so since they don't seem to be that interested in Antgrad, I'm going to see if I can't take them out. Like these guys here. Let's see. There, and let's leave behind. Let's leave behind a couple of spearmen, maybe. I should have left behind more dudes. You guys go back and attack. So yeah, these guys have a decently sized force here, and unfortunately they have hell cannons, which could cause some major problems for me. But let's see how it goes. And also I have no cavalry, which is actually, that was dumb of me. I should have brought cavalry. But okay. So basically, yeah, my goal here, my first ditch defense is to kill as many chaos stacks as possible, and basically just hope that'll be enough to, you know, win the day. Start deployment. And so this is actually in a forest on the campaign map, but here it's just like some light woods. It's because the way Medieval 2 engineers battlefields is kind of weird. But anyways, this is a nice hill here. But unfortunately, I don't really want to storm it, because my troops don't move very fast. So I'm going to instead basically play defensively here. Count on my archers to be able to do the deed for me. Control 4. Can these guys play stakes? No, they can't, unfortunately. That's too bad. So, okay, my archers here, I have a lot of elven archers that are fabulous, apparently. And so yeah, I'm gonna basically count on them to basically wipe out the Chaos armies as they attack. Hold the flank. 2... 4... And then these guys here will be my far back reserve. 1. And alright, let's... Wait, no, this shouldn't be group 4. This is... Still group 2. 2 battle! Alright. so they are not attacking. They're going to pull back. That's not a good sign for me, especially because they have their hell cannons, which can wipe me out really easily. So, okay. I guess this is going to have to be an attack then. So let's start trying to close the distance. Group 4, move up quickly. Yeah, the downside of having no cavalry is it's really hard to be able to, like, take out the hell cannons and, like, respond effectively to these sort of things. Okay, so yeah, as I said before, the hell cannons are really the main problem here. But let's see. 1, 2, 3, everybody run. And shoot and run and shoot. Shoot at the hell cannons as well. Maybe we can take them out of action. Musketeers, shoot at them. Okay, so the hell cannons are trying to move now, which is good for me. I've killed 3% of them, which is also good for me. Fortunately, Chaos Dwarves have really good armor, so it's not going to help too much. Here, you guys shoot at the axe throwers. And the marauders, and the other marauders. And gringos, you shoot at them. The elven archers are awesome. Axe throwers getting killed. And yada yada yada. Alright, come on here, take him out, take him out! Take it down, take it down! And yes, I managed to get in there. Okay, good. Okay, so the hell cannons are not going to be a huge factor, hopefully, anymore. And so basically now it's just a matter of being able to, like, well, finish it off. Finish the job. And unfortunately, the way I directed these guys, I had them all cluster up and all that, which didn't work out too well for me. So now they're kind of surrounded-ish, but it should be fine. I've killed more of them than they've killed of me, so that's something. Shoot them! Shoot them! No. Oh, that didn't work. I didn't get a volley off, sadly. Alright, come on. Kill them! So yeah, these guys here could be a problem if they charge my cavalry, or if they charge my archers. My elven archers may be fabulous, but they aren't that fabulous to be able to just turn them back with the plumes. But okay, no, I'm doing a lot of good damage to them. And so you guys that are in the back, you can move up around the flanks. You guys move in on the rear here. These guys are taking some bad casualties, but that's fine. And that's not good at all. So my dudes are starting to rout, which is bad, very bad. But those are just some pikemen, and the pikemen aren't that useful right now because I'm on the attack here. And pikemen, they kind of suck on the attack. Plus, they didn't take that many losses, so they should hopefully come back. Okay, you guys here that I pulled back, hit the flank. And okay, good. So hitting these marauders here pretty hard. And yeah, so the hell cannons are out of action, which is really good for me. This should be this is definitely now my battle to lose. And good, the pikemen came back. Sweet. I want you to run. Yeah, dirty cowards. Oh well. One thing that's really nice is that you can recruit Nuln pikemen anywhere. Like, Nuln is a city in the Empire that produces, like, pikemen and cannons and all that fun stuff. And you can recruit the pikemen anywhere, like, with mercenary camps. So basically, you don't have to control the city to be able to recruit them. And since the city never friggin' falls, so I can't take it back, that's really useful. Let's see here. These are some, looks like there's some high elf spears that are in the rear line here that I can pull back around. Go for the flank again. So really what I want to do now is I want to basically encircle these troops here, and hopefully if I can, kill the general. You guys here, you're doing good. Ah! Well, never mind, this is my... I thought those were the archers for a second. Okay, archers. You guys all run this way. You guys take out their general and halt. And then I found is if you countercharge cavalry, it's really bad for you. And is my general dead? Is my general... That's not good. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Yeah, this is not good at all. This is really, really bad. Yeah, that was a terrible idea. And... yeah, that was a really, really, really bad idea. Shit. Shit, shit, shit. 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 That's not good at all. Yeah, I'm gonna lose this one. I still have a couple of high elves here that are holding the line, but they're wavering, and the Chaos Forces are pursuing me. Yeah, well that was bad. Yeah, okay. The main part is if you exit the battle, it just sort of like basically acts like you withdraw. So, yeah, battle over, and that sucked. Really, really sucked. Why'd my general have to freaking die? Sheesh. Well, it just goes to show, always bring cavalry. Cavalry can really, really help you out there. So yeah, and now they're stuck there, they can't move, which is really bad. Hopefully Chaos will not suddenly become interested in taking the city now. Definitely gonna build some troops though, just in case. Okay. So, save game, Empire. So I think that's enough for today and all that. Stay tuned for future Let's Play videos of this campaign. And yeah, I'm going to continue to battle the armies of chaos. And yeah, Admiral Thrawn signing off.